Let's get you some news just coming in now of the IPL matches that were to be played in Chennai. We are picking up now that those matches may possibly be moved from Chennai after those widespread protests that we saw yesterday. Would also led to massive violence outside the IPL stadium where the match was to be played, as well as clashes with the police. There were concerns for the security of the players as well. There has been much controversy regarding this as far as the Cauvery row is concerned, with all political parties actually before this saying that, well, let's not have IPL at a time when when there is a massive row over the Cauvery Management Board not being set up by the centre. So that's the big news that we are picking up at this point. Yash, my colleague, is joining us for more on this. Yash, what are you picking up at this point on this?
Well, our sources in BCCI have confirmed that the matches will be moved out of Chennai. They haven't decided on the alternate venue yet, but we have learned that it could be somewhere in Kerala. Trivandrum could be one of the venues for now, all the home matches for Chennai Super Kings. But a bit of a disappointment, as all the home matches, there were 6 home matches left for Chennai Super Kings and they have to be moved out. Yesterday we saw a lot of protests outside the stadium. Some supporters were roughed up as well. A lot of videos have emerged of the Chennai Super Kings jersey clad supporters being roughed up by political parties outside the MA Chidambaram Stadium. And now what is happening is that the BCCI has taken into account all of this. The BCCI has spoken to the local authorities, the police, the state government, and of course Mr. Rajiv Shukla, the IPL Governing Council President, has been in constant touch with the central government as well, and he was meeting the central ministers as well till about yesterday. So there is a high-profile meeting going on right now involving the IPL Governing Council and the promoters from the Chennai Super King franchise. And according to the situation right now, they have decided that the matches will be shifted out of Chennai. We don't know what is the location of the alternate location for the matches, but we do know is that it will be somewhere down south. Could be, I am repeating, it could be Trivandrum. But as of now, yes, the major cause of concern is the protest, the heavy security outside the venues. There were reports yesterday that a lot of spectators were not allowed to carry mobile phones inside, and then the local authorities in fact allowed them later. But the biggest reason right now, according to our sources, is that police is giving up on security here because it is widespread protest. It is an everyday affair. The practice goes on every day. There are 6 more matches, which are supposed to happen in Chennai, and it is too much for the police to handle. And our sources are telling us in BCCI that they do not want to put more and more pressure on police, and that is the sole reason why they are going to shift all these matches out of Chennai.
Right, Yash, let's in fact try and get to Sam Daniel on the phone line, as in fact we were trying to talk about this, how political parties have in fact gone on to say, you know, in the past that the matches should not be played here. Are they complicit in these protests that are taking place? There was widespread attack on the police officials yesterday, also clearly being outnumbered, despite the fact that there was the rapid action force in place. And Yash, you were pointing out earlier, before the IPL matches actually started, we were reporting that the BCCI had taken a decision that no, we will not be moving the matches out of Chennai quite categorically, but clearly they are under pressure because security is something that hasn't been managed well at all.
Absolutely. You know, we had reported this earlier, and BCCI was in fact very strong and very vocal about this, that there would be no circumstance under which matches will be moved out of Chennai, because remember, Chennai is one of the biggest teams of the Indian Premier League, and they are hosting once again the local side after a space of 2 years. So fans are very excited. Fans provide a lot of revenue, and BCCI wasn't keen to shift any matches out of Chennai. But now the situation that we saw yesterday, the scenes that we saw yesterday outside the ground before the Kolkata Knight Riders game on Tuesday evening were very bad. There were a lot of protests. There were a lot of people who were arrested as well. Preventive detention also happened. A lot of political parties were present there. So it's a volatile situation around. The next match, which will be played in Chennai, will be on the Friday, April the 20th. And that will be, of course, against Rajasthan Royals. The police we have learned from our sources in the BCCI that police have just given up. Police say that this is unnecessary pressure on them because there's a lot of protest around the Cauvery issue happening around the Tamil Nadu state, and this is one more area where we can avoid protest, where we can avoid confrontation, and that is the reason why this decision was made.